Now we go to play-in tournament action tonight in the Western Conference. The 7-8 matchup in New Orleans. The Pelicans host the LA Lakers. And we have seen movement here as well. The Lakers yesterday, when this line opened up, following the regular season finale between these two clubs on Sunday, were a slight favorite. No longer. New Orleans a favorite now, and the line continues to work the way of the Pels. -1.5 in terms of the spread, -120 on the money line. Over-under stands at 224.5. Even with the market moving to New Orleans, Donnie, it's still incredibly close. It's nearing a pick'em or virtually around that territory. So who wins tonight in the Big Easy?
Yeah, the betting bat signals for me are telling you better be wary of the Los Angeles Lakers, because even though they were the favorite here, right from the opening bell, Ben, they had over 70 to 80% of the tickets coming in on their side. That's still the case right now at the FanDuel Sportsbook, 80% equal, 80% right on the dot here of spread bets here on the Lakers, with that line going from a favorite to the Lakers now back to the Pelicans here. So that's always one of those numbers that says, ooh, that's kind of interesting. With that amount of tickets here, you figured the Lakers would not only open up as the dog, continue to be the favorite, and maybe climbing up to -2 or -2.5 with those amount of tickets, but it's not moving at all. So that's certainly a sign. But for me, if I'm looking at the game without the tickets actually coming in, it's just the trust level in the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I did hear you bring up this point, and rightfully so, and some people have made this point earlier. Is it beneficial for the Lakers, which I think is ludicrous, to lose this basketball game to avoid playing the Denver Nuggets in round number 1, let's just say, and moving back and getting a chance at OKC, which then leaves it up in the air for one game, and you're out of the playoffs altogether without even being into the top 8 when it's all said and done. I don't subscribe to that theory. LeBron James and Anthony Davis aren't headed in to take on New Orleans going like, oh, man, no way we can beat Denver. We better lose this game. That's not happening tonight. So I'll rest on, I do think the Lakers and their pedigree is better than the New Orleans Pelicans, even though I think the Pelicans are a more talented team. But if my spidey sense is tingling right now, it looks like that's a Pelicans line based on the betting, waves that are coming in here on the Los Angeles Lakers, that line not going in their direction anymore.
It is the betting market versus the betting public. As Donnie said, over 80% of the bets on LA from the spread component now as a slight underdog. We did the Fade the Public poll earlier. The most selected option for what was the best bet of play-in tournament action tonight in the Western Conference was the LA Lakers, and yet the market is working the other way. I'm going to trust the market just based on handicapping the lines. Now, the Lakers did win on Sunday in the regular season finale in a huge game for both teams. The Lakers were trying to get into this play-in tournament game, not be in the 9-10 matchup, needing to win 2 games in play-in tournament action. And had New Orleans won, controlling their own destiny, they would have been the 6th seed. They did not. So everybody was at full strength. And the Lakers did win outright 124-108 as a 3-point underdog. Here the Lakers are again 18-18 against the spread as a dog this year. 15 of those 18 covers an outright victory. The Lakers won 11 of their final 14 games down the home stretch of the regular season, over in 10 of their final 14, including their final 4 games of the regular season. And despite LeBron James having 28 points, 17 assists, and 11 rebounds, and Anthony Davis adding in a triple-double as well, 30 and 11 for AD, he did exit early in the fourth quarter with an apparent injury. He has said, let's not even start the conversation. I'm playing from the jump in the play-in tournament, and he does have a points prop listed at 24.5. But LeBron James, wearing the number 6, is really the guy you got to know tonight. 26.5 for LeBron James, 9.5 dimes, 8.5 boards. Expected to flirt with a second consecutive triple-double against New Orleans.
Yeah, no, and rightfully so. If you're going to win these basketball games, you are going to lean on your superstars. It would be pretty shocking tonight if both Anthony Davis and LeBron James went under their points prop and the Lakers were able to win, which means like a D'Angelo Russell or an Austin Reeves was shooting the lights out from three-point range and they were the focal point of the offense. I don't think that's the case. If I'm looking from a spectacle of, again, it's not a win or go home, but it is a massive game. You want to win this, don't worry about it. Get your rest up for round number 1 regardless of who you play. It's probably almost like a points, rebound, and assist number for LeBron James. You figure he's going to play the maximum amount of minutes, which means 35 plus at least if it's a close game. He should be the focal point of that offense and the do-it-all, which includes assists and also rebounds, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely so. I would look at the assist category at 9.5, expected to facilitate everything tonight. AD's points prop
Yep.
24.5, by the way. All 5 starters for the Lakers on Sunday in that regular season finale did score in double digits. Now, not the same story for the Pelicans. Everybody was really out there. Zion played 34 minutes. CJ McCollum played 34 minutes. Nobody was really efficient offensively. Zion Williamson, the highest points prop tonight. Donnie, you have said on paper, the Pelicans might have a better starting 5 than just Anthony Davis and LeBron James. What do you expect out of them in this play-in tournament position tonight?
I expect a lot of good things out of them, and we won't be surprised if the Pelicans win. I mean, heck, they're on their home court for a reason. They technically had a better year than the Lakers, and also they are healthy at the right time in that starting lineup today. I don't know if it's like, hey, just take Zion in this big moment. He's going to dominate 26, 27, 28 points. I probably would look more from a guard perspective, because the one thing that we do know is Anthony Davis is an incredible defensive player. So if you're looking at scoring on him down low or getting to the rack, maybe that doesn't make sense. Maybe 3-point shots or scoring from the perimeter is the looks I would go for the Pelicans tonight in that play.
And Trey Murphy has been a great 3-point shooter for the Pels all year long. Now we go out to the nightcap in the Western Conference play-in tournament. The winner tonight in New Orleans, by the way, between the Pelicans and the Lakers, will claim the 7th seed in the Western Conference. The loser has another play-in game on the horizon, but back at home on Friday night, where they await the winner of the nightcap in California's capital. Out in Sacramento, it's the Kings and the Warriors, the Northern California rivals who faced off in the opening round of the playoffs a year ago. It went to 7, and Golden State had the edge. Golden State, a 2.5-point road favorite tonight in Sacktown against the Kings. Total at 223. Donnie Rightside, your theme for the play-in tournament is trusting postseason pedigree, and the Warriors have that. Why do you believe the Dubs get it done tonight in Sacktown?
I just think they do. Like Steve Kerr, multiple-time championship head coach. That roster is used to this year. And you're also taking a look at a team like Sacramento, where I do think the pressure is actually on them, even though if the Warriors lose, they're going to be out. They're at home. They're expected to win this basketball game, but not from my perspective, because I actually think the Golden State Warriors are a better team and they're favored to win this game. Now, if you're trying to break it down on offense for Golden State, what do you think is going to work? Well, Steph Curry's not going to be ashamed to shoot the 3-point shot, even if he opens up 0 for 4 in the first quarter. But sometimes where you look at these games on the road, you got to rely on guys that are secondary options. And in the past, this guy's probably going to the Hall of Fame. It's Klay Thompson. For me, that's my focal point. Do I think Steph Curry's going to have a big game tonight? Yes. Do I think Draymond Green's going to play very good defense? Absolutely, I do. De'Aaron Fox steps up to it. Yes, I can see that all happening. Domantas Sabonis, you get the point here. But Klay Thompson's 3-point prop here at the FanDuel Sportsbook tonight, Ben, is 3.5 at a -132 price. If Klay Thompson comes out as one of those secondary options and goes 1 of 8 from 3-point range, guess what? I don't think the Warriors are going to win this game. Klay Thompson is a pivotal piece tonight. If he plays above average, which means 6 or 7 3-point shots, which he can do, they'll win going away. But if he just plays average, which means I'm going to get probably 10 3-point shots out of Klay Thompson, I think he can make 40% of those 3-point shots. I'll go over 3.5 3-point shots made by Klay Thompson. Been in this scenario before. The focus is going to be on Steph Curry. You need the second splash brother to step up, and I think he does tonight.
Steph, 29.5. 5.5 is the 3-point prop for the Chef. He is tied for the highest points prop of tonight's play-in tournament game in Sacramento, alongside De'Aaron Fox, also at 29.5 points. Now, Golden State enters having won 10 of its final 12 games. Sacramento, the other edge of that equation. They have dropped 7 of their last 11, and yet we are seeing some line movement as we speak, breaking down this game that will start in just about 11 hours out in Sacramento. Now just a 2-point spread in favor of the Warriors, who have been great on the road this year. 25-16 straight up. 27-14 against the spread. That's tied for the best cover percentage on the road out of any team in the association this season. But hoping to light the beam tonight, De'Aaron Fox, again, 29.5 points, and we can expect a double-double from Domantas Sabonis. 18.5 points, 13.5 rebounds. To cash a double-double tonight is -1050.
And by the way, you saw those two guys side by side here. They're both going to have fantastic nights for the Kings to sort of step up. But in that same aspect, I look at it for the key pivotal point here. If you're looking at the De'Aaron Fox and that points props 29.5, if he doesn't get that, I don't think the Kings can win. So he can
For sure.
score 35 points and they still lose. So if I'm looking at it like a barometer that says, well, I don't know if I trust the Kings to win, but you think the Aaron Fox can have a good night, you better take him over the 29.5. Because if he winds up with 22 points, they got smoked tonight, just being honest.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good point as well, DRS. How do you paint the path to victory for Sacramento to have another shot at the playoffs on Friday? De'Aaron Fox needs to be huge for Sacramento. I expect him to be. 2 3-point props at a lesser perspective. Keegan Murray over 3.5 for Sacramento. Big plus money, plus 146. Brandon Podjepsky just to make one. We'll talk about it with a best bet up next.